Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and we're looking at The Matrix Resurrection. So finally the movie got released and I was able to watch this movie. I'm just going to give some thoughts of it because I haven't done reviews for the first three Matrix films. I have no intention of watching the Animatrix, but I do love the first movie. The second and third movie I've only watched once in its completeness. So to be honest, the franchise is actually pretty new to me. I do have the three movies in a DVD set over here, all thin cases. So eventually, maybe 2022 is when I will rewatch all three movies and do a review. So I'm just going to give some thoughts about this particular movie which I watched, and I must say I did enjoy it quite a bit. I was a little bit apprehensive. There are a few things which I did not like as much, but overall I think I was pretty happy. So The Matrix Resurrection is a 2021 American science fiction action film produced, written and directed by Lana Wachowski, and it's a sequel and the fourth live action movie in the Matrix franchise, or the fourth installment rather, they say it in the film franchise. You've got Kiana Reeves coming back as Thomas Anderson Neo. Carrie Ann Moss returns as Trinity. Jada Pinkett Smith, unrecognizable almost in the movie. Lambert Wilson, they all come back from their previous roles. They are joined by Yahya Abdul Mateen II, who was the villain in Aquaman. He is the new Morpheus, or he's a different version of Morpheus. Jessica Hanwick, who, to be honest, she kind of stood out for me in a lot of the scenes. I really liked her character. I really like this actress. I can't remember off the top of my head if I've actually seen her in anything else, but probably I have. Just at the moment, it's kind of eludes my brain. Jonathan Groff, Neil Patrick Harris, who I actually think was pretty good as a villainous character, and Priyanka Chopra Jonas. I'm not a big fan of her. I'm not a fan of her at all. I'm happy to say that she's in it only for a little bit. Right? I don't watch Bollywood films, so I never watched any of her Hindi movies. To be honest, the only things I've watched of hers is her roles in Quantico, which I stopped after midway through season 2. I've seen her in Baywatch. I'm not sure if I've seen her in anything else, but yeah, I've seen her. I'm not a fan. Right. So this is set 60 years after the events of the third film, and some people have aged, but Neo and Trinity have been captured by the analyst, played by Neil Patrick Harris, and he resurrected Neo using some technology stuff, and he has them in the Matrix, connected to the Matrix. Neo currently living out his life in the simulation as a tech, genius. What is he? A gaming? Yeah, he's a gaming genius. A video game developer, creator of the Matrix video game series. That's, a little bit of humor from the producers of the Matrix. And yeah, he knows something is off, and he meets Trinity, who in this simulation has got a husband and 2 kids. And when they meet, sparks fly. They feel like they have met each other before. So does he. So does she. And then now they need to, once Neo comes out, he needs to reunite with Trinity and join this band of, what do you call them? The human survivors who are fighting against the Matrix and the machines, and rebels, I think they called, and they are trying to get by with the aid of some other machines who have kind of joined forces along with the humans. They are on the side of the humans, but yeah, it still is a big task. And they've got a new city that is, that life seems to be going on a little better over there. I did like the acting. I did like the plot. What I did not like is in some of the fight scenes, the it looks a little bit too. I don't know. It looked a little bit off in some of the things. So the special effects there was like little overblown, and that is kind. If I compare it to the first movie, even if it's got those amazing elements that blew our minds back then, if I were comparing this movie with that, that still is amazing. Whereas this is like, you can do all this kind of things. I think that is the main problem with it. So I think they had toned down a little bit of those fight scenes, maybe made it more, on the ground, realistic kind of things. It would have actually stood out a little bit more. But I did like the fights, some of the, like especially between Neo still trying to get back his abilities against the current reiteration of Mr. Smith or Agent Smith. Yeah, I am not sure, but I think we might be getting sequels to it. Um, the movie was made on a budget of 190 million, made 136, but I think because of the pandemic situation, you know, uh, they are unable to, really make the kind of numbers. This would have definitely made a lot more. Um, yeah, so basically, I'm not sure, but I think they might be making some sequels to it. I'm just trying to have a quick look. Excuse me. Whether they whether they plan to have some future for it. Yeah. Oh, there are no plans for further Matrix films. Although the ending actually meant that you could actually probably make out a few more movies, but I don't know whether they actually are going to do any. But then why would they make a movie, a fourth sequel so much later than the third one? I don't know. I think most people kind of agree that the third film was the least favorite or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, I can't remember off the top of my head right now. Like I mentioned, I've only watched the second and the third film once, so this is actually pretty easygoing, pretty easy to watch, and all that stuff. So I don't really have much of a problem with it. I will give it a 7.5 out of 10 for the movie. I do want to watch like I mentioned, the other three films and do full reviews of it. And in when I do that, I will give a lot more thoughts about this film. But just seeing Trinity and Neo, seeing Keanu Reeves and Carrie Ann Moss coming back as Neo and Trinity was awesome enough to warrant anybody who's seen the Matrix movies to sit down and watch this film. To be honest, that would have just granted my ass in the seat just to watch this film. Overall, I am pretty good about this movie. It's not great by any chance, but yeah, I was happy with it. So that's it. That's some thoughts of mine about the Matrix Resurrection, and I do hope they make more movies, maybe like one or two at least, before it's kind of too before Keanu Reeves gets too old for these kind of movies. He is an international icon. We definitely need to see more of Keanu Reeves before he decides to maybe wind up one day before I'd retire from filmmaking. I don't know if he's going to do that, but yeah, just my thoughts. Anyway, that's it about The Matrix Resurrection, and I shall see you again pretty soon.